Now, I want to show you just a couple of scenes from my movie. This is an anti-Iraq war documentary. I met Thomas Young at Walter Reed Army Medical Center in Washington. And I walked in that room, and he was whacked out. Wall-to-wall morphine, cheekbones stuck out. He was white as the sheets he lied on. And I talked to his mother, and I learned about the nature, the gravity of his injury. Thomas is a T4. The bullet came down this way and severed his spine at the T4 level. Anatomists know what that means. Thomas Young, Kansas City, Missouri, heartland kid, is paralyzed from the nipples down. Thomas has bowel and bladder problems. Thomas throws up every morning. Thomas has urinary tract infection. He has PTSD. And nobody knows he's there. And I thought to myself, the American people should see this. Don't sanitize the war. Show the pain. If you're going to send people to war, then we have a responsibility. You remember that picture of the naked child running from the napalm in Vietnam? Screaming. And the black smoke won a Pulitzer Prize, and it should have. This administration said you can't take a picture of the coffins. And the entire mainstream establishment, media establishment here, said, okay, there's no bite. This is what you get with corporate media. Being against the war is not good for business. I ought to know. That's how they think. We want to go along, and sing. Shut up and sing is what we were told at every turn. At every turn. All right. Here is the first scene I want you to see. Now remember, when you see a congressman up here, we're talking October 2002. You'll see it in the lower right-hand corner of the screen. The Thomas, when you see Thomas, of course, that's contemporary. That's the last 3 years. But we keep going back from Thomas to the vote. This significant numbers of members of Congress took the White House talking points and read them. A smoking gun will become a mushroom cloud. This was the White House Iraq group, WIG. These are the advertising agency lawyers, our warriors, who name our invasions shock and awe. We look like we're not a serious nation. Rolling thunder. And we stand there mute and allow this kind of advertising campaign to take us into war. It's amazing what you can do if you scare the people.
We've learned that Iraq has trained al-Qaeda members in bomb making.
Saddam Hussein's regime trained al-Qaeda operatives in bomb making.
Saddam is now training al-Qaeda in bomb making.
We know that Iraq and al-Qaeda have had high-level contacts that go back a decade.
Senior level contacts between Iraq and al-Qaeda going back a decade.
The Iraqi regime has been in contact with al-Qaeda for at least a decade.
Saddam Hussein is harboring terrorists.
Harbors these terrorists.
Aid, comfort, and sanctuary to terrorists.
We know that Iraq and the al-Qaeda terrorist network share a common enemy, the United States of America.
My pill box separates them out for the week. This is carbamazepine. It is a nerve pain medication.
Ms. Collins, aye.
This is a drug called Coumadin, and it's a blood thinner.
Mr. Craig, aye.
This is tizanidine. It's an antispasm medication.
Mr. Crapo, aye.
This is gabapentin.
Mr. Daschle.
It's a nerve pain medication.
Aye.
This is bupropion.
Mr. DeWine.
It's an antidepressant.
Aye.
This is omeprazole.
Mr. Dodd.
It's for morning nausea.
Aye.
And this is morphine. It's a narcotic. And in this situation, the effect is not to get high, but to kill pain. And so I have to take more and more of it to stop the pain.
We cannot wait for the final proof, the smoking gun that could come in the form of a mushroom cloud.
When there is a smoking gun or a mushroom cloud, we have waited too long.
We cannot wait for the smoking gun. A gun smokes only after it has been fired.
The gun smokes only after it is fired.
A gun smokes after it's been fired.
That smoking gun would be a smoking city.
And the smoke of a nuclear blast would mean that we are too late.
Mr. Domenici. Aye. Mr. Dorgan. Aye. Mr. Edwards. Aye.
In the name of the people of this country, in the name of the young men and women whose lives may be put on the line.
Mr. Ensign. Aye. Mr. Enzi. Aye.
By the decision that this Senate will make is too weighty, is too far-reaching, and it's only fair to the people of America who are going to be asked to give, in some instances, everything that they've got, everything they have, if a war ensues. And I tell you, my friends, I don't want that on my conscience. Not I.